Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Amy Beth and today I am doing a video on things that I'm doing this year, 2019, to keep my year more organized and to get my life a little bit more under control. That's not old, but that's a brief overview of what I'll be talking about. Thanks so much for joining me. If you're new to my channel, I talk about women's health, lifestyle, and yeah, just all things to do with life really. If that sounds interesting to you, please hit the subscribe button and don't forget to watch this video all the way through and then hit the like button. Leave comments on anything that you were thinking or anything that you observed or any questions that you have. I would love to hear from you guys. So I realized this is probably actually a little bit late because it is actually the 6th of February in 2019 instead of like the first week of January. To be honest, that's probably because January was not very organized and I had a lot of plans and I was planning a lot of organization, but I never got to it because January seems to be that month where you just catch up with every single person you didn't see last year. Also January I had my birthday, so we were doing a bit of planning for that, not heaps but a little bit. We sort of, yeah, it's just another thing to add to the list of things to do in January is to have a birthday. I don't think that's even a thing that you put on lists. So I have just turned 24, super exciting. Can't say I feel any different. But yeah, I had an awesome birthday. My husband totally spoiled me and I got beautiful gifts from so many different friends and some of my sisters. It was just a really nice day. We were going to go and visit my parents and my family the day before because my birthday is the day after Australia Day. So Australia Day we were going to go have dinner with my family, but my mum got really sick with some sort of flu and was actually in bed for several days, so that never happened. And I actually haven't properly caught up with her since, well, before then because we didn't catch up with her then. So that's a shame, but hopefully that will be happening soon. She did say to me that she'd like to make it up to me and we should go have coffee sometime, and I am always up for coffee. Which brings me to the first thing that I'm doing to help keep my 2019 a little bit more organized. And this was a birthday gift from my beautiful sister-in-law, and it is this travel mug. I suppose you would call it a mug. Yeah, it's a thermal cup that fully seals, so you can actually fill it up with liquid and tip it upside down and nothing will come out. Pretty fantastic, and she especially picked the colors for it. This is a Frank green one. And I had been talking to her about how much I needed one because I have this really cute ceramic one and it leaked like you would not believe out of the bottom of the lid, so you like, I just look like a total grub when I'm using it. It's disgusting. So I stopped using it, but I really wanted one because it means that I can live a busy life and I can pour my coffee into this in the morning and just take it with me when I'm going to work or going to catch up with people instead of trying to drink my coffee before I go. And you know, if you're drinking coffee at home, you can't really just walk around the house with an open mug drinking it while you do things. But you can drink coffee in the car or while you walk or, you know, on your way to work and all of those things. So this is going to be really helpful for helping me to just keep that part of my life a little bit more flexible instead of having to sit down to drink my cup of coffee. I still do sit down and drink tea and coffee. I usually have a cup of peppermint tea in the morning while I'm reading my Bible because that helps with my digestion and all of that, and I do sit down with my cup of tea at night or coffee, whatever I'm having. But sometimes that morning coffee that you have like between breakfast and work is just like, I don't know, I find it challenging sometimes to find time for it, and then I really regret that I didn't find time for it. So this is going to save me a lot of that hassle and I can just go from one thing straight to the next and still have my coffee. So I'm really excited about this. A day you will save 600 cups a year by using one of these. That's pretty epic. And a lot of those cups are paper and plastic, so you're saving trees and you're saving landfill space if that makes sense. So yeah, that is my first thing that I am going to show you guys that I'm doing to keep my 2019 a little bit more organized and prepared. So the other thing I am doing to try and keep my year more organized is I have ditched the paper diary. If you don't know what I mean by this, I mean those planners, the books that you buy that have space for every single day of the year for you to write in what you've got to do on that day, and you can plan out your year, you can plan out your week, your day, whatever. I have bought so many of those in my lifetime and only used about a quarter of them. And that is such a waste for so many reasons. But one of the things that it does is it means I am rarely fully organized. And I also seem to often lose my diary when I need it most, which is crazy because I don't often use them. And so I guess I always start out with this anticipation that I'm going to stay really planned and prepared. I'm going to write in my diary every week and I'm going to keep it organized. And it really fails every single year. And I saw someone else's YouTube video and she was talking about the exact same problem and then what she did to combat that. And it was a brilliant idea, something I have actually thought of before, but I never stopped to implement it. Now that I've been doing it for 3 weeks and I absolutely love it, and I'm going to tell you what it is. It is Google Calendar, or if you have like I think there's an iPhone calendar or something. I don't have an iPhone, so I don't know. I have an Oppo. Your calendar on the phone looks something like this. Oh, you can see my window and my light reflecting and you can't really see the calendar. But if you have Google Calendar on your phone, you will know what it looks like, and it might be something you've never really used that much. Someone is doing construction work right next door. Why? So what I did with Google Calendar is I opened it up on my computer, because I go on my computer nearly every day, so it's not that big of a deal. I just make sure I'm signed into the email account that I actually want it to be connected to. And you want that email account to be connected to your phone as well, the one that you open up on your phone. Or if you're like me, you have like 4 email accounts connected to your phone and your computer. Anyway, that's another thing I need to organize in the future. That will happen at some point. But for the time being, this is what I'm doing. And so I've signed into the email account that I want to be using for that calendar. And then all I do is I go into my computer and I put in everything that I have planned for the week, or as long as you like. You can do it as many weeks in advance as you want. It just keeps on going. And you put in all of your events that are coming up so that you make sure they're all in there. You put in all of your work shifts, all of the things you plan on doing at home, your morning routines, whatever it happens to be. And you can color code everything. You can also go in and add more details and put in like specific lists of what you want to achieve in that time, or what that particular event involves. As many details as you want really, and you can color code everything. You can even set your own color theme. Yeah, and then it syncs up with your phone. Unfortunately, I have found that the color coding does not sync up with my phone. I think I just pulled a muscle in my throat. How does one do that? So then it syncs up with your phone, and like I said, the color coding has not been syncing up with my phone. But that's okay, because the way the phone displays it is quite different. And so it just displays the calendar month, and then it gives you a list of what's happening today at what times, which is a little bit different to how the calendar on a desktop or a laptop is going to look. But I have found that so incredibly helpful. All I need to do is sit down when I get my roster for the week from work and just put in my rostered shifts, and then I can work everything else that I'm doing around those shifts. And that way I can actually plan my week ahead. I can plan my meals ahead. I can plan when I'm actually going to have time to see people, and it's all laid out for me. And the best thing about it is that you can actually set reminders and notifications for all of your events or tasks or whatever you're doing, and you can set them like 30 minutes in advance, an hour in advance, 10 minutes. You can set them to go off the exact time that it starts, depending on what it is that you're doing. And I found that incredibly helpful. I have reminders to my work shifts, for example, set half an hour before my shift starts, because I have to leave at least 25 minutes before. So if my reminder goes off at half an hour, I know, and if I'm ready, I should go now, and if I'm not ready, I only have 5 minutes left. So that's really, really helpful, and I have been loving it. I haven't always been able to keep to what I plan, because I tend to pack my weeks so ridiculously full. I'm trying, and it is making a difference. It's helping me to keep my mornings and my evenings organized, which helps me throughout the day to be at peace, to not stress about things, and it's also helping me immensely with my meal planning, which is hugely important because I'm coming up to the next part of keeping my 2019 organized. So in 2019, I plan on clearing up my acne and getting my hormones under control and being healthy. And who doesn't want that? So I have been taking these happy hormone supplements, and I have just started the 8-week Happy Healthy You program to go with it. If you would like to know more about that, you should definitely subscribe to my channel now, because I will actually be doing a short review on the supplements and the 8-week program at some point in the future, probably in about 8 weeks when I finish the program, since I'm only in my first week. These supplements I have been enjoying. They have been, not enjoying, like I'm not like chewing on them and they taste so good. No, but I have been enjoying the benefits of taking them, and I've only been taking them for a couple of weeks. So that's really, really good. And so the 8-week program is actually designed to sort of clear out your system, reset your whole body, and just get it back on track. And it's a really gentle way of doing that. And as part of that, I need to eat clean. And it's incredibly hard to eat clean and healthy if you have no plan. Like if you do what I was doing, I go to the grocery shops, I look for what meat is cheaper and on sale, and then I build meals around it while I'm at the shops. I know it sounds really disorganized, but if you're on a budget, I have found that to be an incredibly good way of making the most of your money, getting the most food for your money. I found that really, really good as far as working off a budget, but it's not very good for time management, and it's not very good for meal planning, and it does, yeah, it's just, my whole week has always been disorganized. I don't know why I haven't done this sooner. Anyway, it often tends to be that we have leftovers and we don't eat them and we throw them out at the end of the week, or sometimes after several weeks because we forget they're in the fridge, which is really bad. And so we're wasting food, or I don't have a proper plan and we end up buying takeaway, or even probably the worst thing is going to work for both of us and not having planned enough food to have made for lunch the following day, so we end up buying lunch a lot, which is wasting money. So even though I'm saving money when I go to the shops, I'm wasting money on takeaway and wasting money because I often have to run to the shops to get something I forgot. And I don't know how you guys shop, but I have never been good at these things naturally. So what I'm doing this year is I'm trying to fix that, and I'm trying to create a system that will make it so much easier for me. What I have done is I have gone and taken all of the recipes that I need to be eating for this clean diet. It's not a crazy expensive diet. I still can just go and buy all my food at the regular grocery store. So I was able to sit down with all of my recipes, plan out when I'm going to have which meal on which day of the week and what variations I'm going to do on those. And then, and here is the next thing I'm doing to keep my life more organized. Instead of writing it on a random piece of paper, I am writing it on, let me find for you, my apps here, this one here, Google Keep. And then you can see sort of, except for those reflections, you can see I've got a whole bunch of notes here. And this one here is my shopping list. And it's got a date at the top, and I can edit that date whenever. This was last week's shopping list. And what I have done is I have added my husband as a contributor to this note, which is what you can do when you have Google Keep. You can add any of your Gmail contacts as contributors to your lists and to your notes. And so I've added him in so he can help keep track of what we need, because he often knows of something that we need that I didn't realize we'd run out of, or any of those things. And if he's helping me to shop, we can have 2 separate lists without me having to write 2 separate lists. And so we can go 2 separate ways and do it twice as fast. And I've just put in there everything that I needed for the week. And I've categorized it, so like fruits, vegetables, meats, refrigerator products, and then pantry products and all those things. And because I'm on this 8-week program, basically I'll be using mostly the same meals for 8 weeks, but obviously slight variations on them at different times, just to try and keep it a little bit more varied and interesting. And so I've been taking this list, and I did my first grocery shop. I literally went in and out in 20 minutes, got everything I needed, and it was so good. I don't think I have ever done grocery shopping that fast and bought everything we needed for the week, which is really epic, really exciting for me. And then all I have to do is work off my meal plan. And with my scheduling on my Google Calendar, I have enabled myself to have a better morning routine and a night routine. And what that means is I can actually plan my meals in advance in the morning and have them prepared because I have scheduled out my morning, which is super exciting. And I am going to do a video. I'm actually doing a 1-week morning routine challenge, and I'm going to do a short video and show you how that went and progress every single morning. So that will be really exciting. Stay tuned for that one. So essentially, my Google Calendar, Google Keep Notes, and my 8-week program for meal plans is making a really big difference to my life and how I run my life and my mornings. I am feeling so much more organized, so much more prepared. And if I keep this going, 2019 is going to be a fantastic year, let me tell you. So the interesting thing about me is I have never ever been known as like a tidy or an organized person. I've been sort of not really bullied, but I guess a little bit picked on because of that as a kid, just in my family even, for not being organized, for not being tidy, for having things like in a chaotic state all of the time. Anyway, so I figured since I've turned 24, it's probably about time I change it before, you know, I hit 25. That's not why I'm doing it. The reality is that I guess I've had a lot of people speaking that into me because I have struggled with having things chaotic and disorganized. And people have seen that and then continued to speak that into my life and tell me, oh, you're just not an organized person and you're just such a messy person. And usually not with the intent to hurt me. And I guess for many years, I simply accepted that that's the way that I was. As I got older, I realized that I don't actually like being messy. I don't actually like being disorganized. I actually value those things a lot. It's just that my mind works a little bit differently, and so I struggle with those things more than somebody else might. And so I have been going through a process for many years of trying to change different habits and change different things about the way I live and the way I do things to, I guess, to really transform those areas of my life. And this year, this is what I'm doing, and I'm really excited. I have been decluttering for 2 years, so I have less stuff. And so this year I'm working on actually scheduling and meal planning. And yeah, just taking better care of that aspect of planning my weeks and having a little bit more planning for each and every day. And I'm really looking forward to how that's going to transform my life this year. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to sharing different aspects of that journey with you guys. So please subscribe if you would like to see more on these kind of things in the coming weeks. And thank you so much for watching, and have a blessed week.